Hi, we are here. We are here, guys. We are present, and I'm gonna give you my energy. It's good to be alive, right? Come on, let's go. Hi, my name is Ali. I make videos about life insights to improve your well being. I like to talk about real problems and give real solutions. Point is, you're gonna have something of value right now. So, let's answer the question. And the way I want to answer the questions, basically, first of all, there are two layers I want to talk about. The first layer is the surface layer, right? It's the basis layer. It's what people normally tend to understand. They expect that to be the answer. And then we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about the deep stuff, right? And that stuff is where, at the core, it's going to make sense. So, very simply, why do we have difficult relationships? Simply, it comes from a lack of. Let me say that one more time, guys. Maybe you didn't hear me really well. Lack of behaviors. If we are in a difficult relationship, it can be because we are projecting certain behaviors, not understanding what is healthy or what is unhealthy. Lack of appropriate behaviors. Boom. The second one is experience. Lack of experience. We go in life, we are taught so many subjects, but we aren't really taught how to have healthy relationships. And this depends on a case by case. Everyone has to learn along the way. The third one is lack of understanding. What does that mean? Lack of understanding of ourselves, what we require, and just, I think, lack of our inner work, right? Ourselves as people. If we can't understand ourselves, how are we going to go ahead and understand a totally different creation that we didn't make? It makes sense. When we come from a lack of the right behaviors, a lack of understanding, a lack of experience, it affects the key fundamentals of a relationship, which is trust, compassion, understanding, and I think that's pretty much it, respect, right? Those things get compromised in the process. So simply, what happens is the lack of affects your ability to perform in a relationship. Now, I have to say, I'm sitting here talking to you, right? You're probably one person watching me thinking about your own partner, your own spouse, your own relationship. And I have to say something so important. For anything or any healthy relationship, it has to be 50-50. That's the way they work. So if you're in a position where you understand that it's your ability to perform for those reasons, you also need to understand that it has to be reciprocated from your other partner. Your other partner has to be or come from the same place of understanding. Which goes on to my next point, right? Because I want to make this very practical. I want to make it catered to you. How can we learn from what I said? How can we take action? Because the mind can really change the way we interpret our life and the relationships we have. Fact. Fact. The deeper layer. What is the deeper layer, Ali, that you are speaking about, right? And this is where it took me to research it to find out. And basically, we talk about the surface layer, right? We all can. I mean, if you're watching this video up until now, you're coming from a place of understanding and you understand that. So the deeper layer is the best way to present this case is if I asked you, who was the first person who gave you love? What is your answer? In life, right? Who was the first person that showed you love? It's most likely going to be your parents, your guardian, or someone who looked after you. And so what we take away from the deeper layer is our parents, our guardians, our whoever are humans. They have positives, they have negatives. And when we're children, we are projected love, right? That might come from a form of neglect, insecurity, pain, suffering. There are so many positive things, you know, because there are healthy parents. There is a healthy way to show love, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to solve a problem, and that is you have parents, you have your guardians who show you love in a negative way or in a positive way. So what am I leading to? What I'm saying is, at that age, when we experience love, we then associate that to be the right love or the right thing to look for when we're growing up and we're in the real world and we're adults and, you know, we have relationships with people. And so the second point to mention on top of that is familiarity. We are accustomed as humans to associate familiarity, right, as something to do with love, right, comfort, feeling safe and feeling secure. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I look back at my videos and I think, did that make sense? But just to emphasize, guys, I have my notes, you know, I'm organized. Yeah, so basically, very simply, we look for that familiarity. So when we go into relationships, we look for the type of love we received from our parents or our guardians growing up. And this is something which, in a way, just blew my mind because I never considered it. And I don't think the average person really understands that. And that's why we said that's the deep layer, okay? That's the layer where people, you know, people don't really know about unless someone says it to your face. Okay, so surface layer, we talked about it. The deeper layer, we talked about it. I think this is my personal opinion. I think before I even talk about the solutions to this, you have to come from a place of truth. For anything beautiful, authentic, organic, and real to flourish, it has to come from a place of truth. If I take a seed, right, a bad seed that I know is going to grow into a weed, right, not a rose, of course, if I plant it, it's going to grow into a weed. Point is, for something true and good and beautiful to grow, you have to have the right, you know, it has to come from a place of truth. Okay, so practical steps. What can we do if we are in a position of a difficult relationship? We're finding it hard, we're stressing out, we're you know, we think we've tried everything, we've done, oh, freaking hell, what can we do? Like, no options. Relax. I think the first thing I would say is take a break, relax, right? Calm down. Just calm down. And so the first practical step is change the way we react, change the way we perform. And for that to happen, we need a few ingredients: truth of what you really want, realization, right? Realizing your situation, having an accurate understanding of what's going on in that relationship. What are the problems and what are the issues? 3, understanding. Understanding your situation, yourself, and your partner. And that's why I talked about break, because sometimes a break can help you put you in a better situation. And maturity. And I'm going to emphasize maturity because when we get into relationships, like I talk about, right, it's all related to the love the type of love we received as children. When we get into relationships, we can react to our partners in different ways, right? They might say something we don't like, a certain behavior or something that they did. And so whatever stimulus that we're receiving from the other person, we can react in two ways. A childlike way, which is what we tend to do when we grow up, right? And that's immature, or in a mature way, which consists of everything I told you: truth, realization, understanding, and maturity. And so simply, guys, if you follow through till the end of this video, I believe it's because you understand what I'm saying. You believe there is truth to what I'm saying. And if we can change the way we react, it means we get different results. So I encourage that. I encourage you react differently and see the results for yourself. And finally, guys, I feel so passionate right now. Maybe because this is something I can really relate to. Something I wish I had someone who made this video and I just saw it, because I would have understood so many things. I'll finish off by saying, whatever you are going through, right? It's okay. It's okay. You can come out positive, you can come out stronger, and going forward, you are going to learn from this and take it as an experience. The more I live, the more years I spend in this world, the more I realize the importance of working inside, encouraging work inside, and encouraging people to work inside. Because for things to be good externally, they have to be good internally. And once you master this, things just happen organically. Things just flow. Things work. Things happen. Okay, guys, let's finish there. My name is Ali. I am sending you so much positive energy right now. I hope you are here, you are present, you follow through to this video. And I genuinely hope that this video can give you value, it can answer your questions, and put you in the right path. It's your boy Ali, and it's a pleasure. Take care, guys. Bye. 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 That's actually I really like that video. Bye.